time of the incident, I'd run up to him, talking to him, trying to get him to say something. And within that short moment, he had passed away, and it was a moment of devastation when I seen a fallen brother go down. You know, I was helpless. I couldn't do anything, and all the people around us were in the same boat.
Devastated. Absolutely in shock, stunned. Todd was a bit of a mess, and I guess it was kind of a very surreal feeling for all of us.
Seen him lying on the ground, tried to help him out, and along with 2 other people, and he pretty much died in our arms.
Well, safety at Downer is our #1 priority, and unfortunately we've had 2 serious incidents, both of which have involved reversing vehicles, and both of which have resulted in fatality. The first one to Graham Benny, and the second one, well, more recently, to Edward Jacobs. So clearly we're still having incidents, we're still paying a tragic price, and we need to simply improve the way that we behave around vehicles, particularly with regard to reversing. We need to greatly increase our awareness of the high risk around reversing vehicles. And to that extent, we've introduced quite a few rules around reversing vehicles. But all of these rules are based around trying to keep you, trying to keep the public safe, and make sure you go home safe and sound and none the worse for wear at the end of the working day.
It is now mandatory that all employees reverse into car parks at Downer sites and offices. Whenever a Downer vehicle is being driven, where practical, the vehicle should be reversed into a park. We regularly hear about children being run over in driveways. It is too easy to get into a vehicle when you are tired or at the end of a long day's work and reverse without really considering what is behind you. Reversing into a car park when you are still in drive mode is much safer than reversing out of a car park after time away doing other things. This has been proven in some of our local depots, such as Whangarei, where vehicle damage was stopped from car park accidents and safety increased because of this rule.
Hey people, job start, just running through the list. We've got traffic, it's not busy. Nonetheless, it's a road, it's going to have traffic. Our measures are in. We've got our signage up, we've got our TCs in place, we've got delineation diverting the traffic away from us, from the workspace, so now it's good to go. So we've got those all in place, cool. Reversing plant. Okay, reversing plant's been a hot topic in the last couple of years. We'll just go through it. We can't let up on this one, we've got to keep this to practice. So no one's the end of the lane where a reversing plant is operating. A spotter, the chip guys mostly, for our concerns, will be designated wherever. Operators at a stop when they identify staff is not in the area that they'll be reversing into. Pretty simple. If someone's there, it's usually there and you can't see them, don't proceed, don't carry on. Just stop where you are, find out where you are, make sure you got a clear path back, and then we'll go from there. Best place is turn around under control inside the signage. So Carol, look, you've got Carol, you got me, Maddie, Waho, Hako on the ground. So we can get everybody turned around in this intersection. It's inside the signage, it's under stop-go control. So that'll be the best spot. Okay, we've spun everybody around safely. Once everybody's lined up, hoists up, ready to go. As we know, Dave goes first, bang, he's away. Truck 1 goes, truck 2 follows. The only one who occupies the ground between truck 1 and 2 are the chippies. If anyone else is there, you shouldn't be there. If you spot anyone who you know shouldn't be there, stop. You see anything out of the ordinary where someone shouldn't be, get on the radio. Say so. If you're stopping, say so. As usual, if chippy, you find something, you spot anything unusual, say so. Tell your truck, tell Carol, tell anybody we're stopping, tell the guy following, look, just say, look, you've got to stop, say so.
At Downer, a large number of our employees are professional drivers, holding a range of licences for a wide variety of vehicles and machinery. Drivers are professionally trained and assessed, and this is ongoing throughout our business. When you get behind the wheel of any vehicle, you should consider yourself a professional driver with responsibilities. Spotters are a vital part of many Downer operations, and there are guidelines from Roading New Zealand around reversing, which includes hand signals and protocol for directing plant when reversing. If you are a spotter, you will be trained from the Roading New Zealand guidelines.
Spotters are there to inform truck drivers of the hazards they are and they can't see in the no-go zones. So yeah, spotters are really good there.
To make sure everything is running sweet and make sure everyone knows where everyone is.
Spotters are important because they look after people either reversing or on site itself.
It is vital that all employees become familiar with, understand and enforce no-go zones. A no-go zone is defined as an area, either at depots or on-site, which is a no-go for foot traffic. You are not allowed within the no-go zones around working mobile equipment. Machines have danger zones called blind spots, where operators may not see you. It is vital to clearly understand where your workmates are. Other vehicles also share our roadworks area, and operators can't always see pedestrians. Observe the signs on our vehicles and plant and keep the required distance.
Okay, well, we're talking about the blind spot or the shadow, or what they're calling it now on the green page is the no-go zone. If for some reason the guy who's supposedly spotting you or walking along with you, i.e. Mari, Waho, could be Haka, well, whoever's chipping out, if you can't see them, just remember, get on the blower. Where are you? If they can't find you, just stop. Look, do it instinctively. If nobody's there, shit, stop. And then go, where the bloody hell are you? But look, get on the blower for some reason or another. Look, if you can't be there for some reason, tell your driver, look, I'm going to be out of your vision for a while. Hopefully it's not right behind you. If he's got to leave your line of sight, say so. Just, keep talking. We've got these, use them.
Mobile plant operators and ground employees are often equipped with handheld radios, and you need to ensure you are using radios for increased safety. It is vital that plant operators know where ground employees are at all times and that everyone stays in contact. It is important that you are able to clearly see what the working area is and what the live lane is. This lets the employees on the ground see exactly where they can and can't go. Traffic management plans are in place to give guidance as to the setup of a site. The traffic management plan is designed to allow our employees to safely complete their work while allowing traffic to continue moving. All sites must be assessed by an STMS before work starts to ensure that it is set as safely as possible. We all rely on the experience and professionalism of employees to gauge whether or not it is safe. The simple rule is, if it isn't safe, we don't do it. Consider that the STMS must take additional safety measures, if deemed necessary, before the site is open to traffic and to the public. There are a number of devices available to aid us in increasing safety on our sites, such as reversing cameras, broadband alarms, reversing beepers, and reversing lights. These are all backup aids and do not replace careful, considered operating of vehicles and plant. These devices should never be tampered with or removed. Do not bypass any safety device.
It is a responsibility of all Downer employees to follow the reversing rules that have been discussed in this video. 2 employees have not gone home at the end of the working day to their families, and this just can't be tolerated and can't happen again. Despite all the procedures we have in place and the rules that we currently have around reversing, driver aids such as reversing cameras and sensors, we're still having accidents and we can simply do better. We need to behave as true professionals, and we certainly need to raise our level of awareness while driving at work or outside of work. Take care out there, really think about what's happening around you, what could happen, and how you could watch out for yourself, your mates, and the general public to ensure reversing accidents can never happen again.
My major thing was all my workmates and the company. I could not speak highly enough of the help I got from them. Also, my own family, they accepted it and really got me through it. The biggest problem I had to face was that I had killed somebody.
It was devastating. I carried it for so many months, and yeah, they say Kiwi men are tough, but they're not. They're soft buggers.
Well, every day I don't think about it all the time, but it doesn't go away, you know what I mean?
I'd say hollow's probably how I felt immediately. A lot of support around at all levels, people you'd never expect to hear from, but going and seeing Graham's family and dealing with that side of it was emotionally draining, and you were only going through a smidgen of what they were going through, so you almost felt guilty too, just because of what they'd lost, and just generally felt like crap.
One piece of advice is just make sure you look after your teammates. Keep an eye on them, watch them, especially when vehicles are reversing, or even when they're going forward. Just be bloody mindful that they're all around you.
The most important part to me is the toolbox. That's where you get your information on your work and your job, and you know what's going on.
Just make sure you are all aware of every risk on that site, and you have absolutely everything covered so that this type of incident can be avoided, because that is the absolute best option to take.